Hi friends, welcome to War India News Hour. Enterprises are working towards remote working a success. COVID-19 Impact Survey says 58.1% of organizations across the region are focusing on digitally enabling business models, and 45.8% plan to amend HR policies to permit flexible working arrangements. In addition, at least 40% of all employees will be working from home at least half the time in the foreseeable future. As markets begin to emerge from the pandemic, the work environment we can return to should be markedly different from the one we left. If we go back to the way things were, we are missing a huge opportunity. Digital business has become the only business, and inability to transact digitally is now top of mind of business leaders globally. Enabling these requirements a new way of thinking about how and where the work gets done and by whom. Since remote working can be secure and successful, we need to consider the roles that most benefit and provide them with the tools to excel. The great transition is not just about how we work, it's about how we operate, what defines success, and how that success is enabled. The next normal is underpinned with an ability to withstand volatility at a pace never before believed possible. A major proportion of the workforce are still working from home, as a result of which there has also been a marked increase in the number of cyber attacks on personal computer networks and routers. At the same time, businesses are racing to secure millions of corporate VPN connections as hackers around the world exploit a decentralized global workforce. Many employees are moving their employers' data from professionally managed corporate networks to home Wi-Fi setups protected with basic passwords. Some organizations are even loosening restrictions to allow employees to access mission-critical information from their bedrooms or home offices. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Modi to launch COVID-19 testing facilities in Noida, Mumbai and Kolkata. The facilities are capable of testing up to 10,000 samples daily. PM Modi will inaugurate high-throughput COVID-19 testing today at ICMR labs in Noida, Mumbai, Kolkata. The inauguration will also be joined by the Chief Ministers of the three states, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee, along with Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray. Mukesh Ambani is world's fifth richest person. Mukesh Ambani is the world's fifth richest person with $77 billion fortune. He surpassed Warren Buffett, now ranked number 6. He overtook Elon Musk and Google co-founder Sergey Brin and Larry Page days later. FICCI draws the roadmap for Unlock 3.0. Industry body FICCI, in its Unlock 3.0 roadmap, has suggested the government to reopen multiplexes and cinemas and metro rail and allow international flight services among others with adherence to all safety precautions. Centre bans 47 cloned Chinese apps. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has banned 47 apps which were variant and cloned copies of the 59 apps banned earlier in June, taking the total number of banned apps to 106. These banned clones include TikTok Lite, Hello Lite, Share It Lite, Bigo Live Lite and VFY Lite. Aditya Puri sells rupees 843 crore shares in HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank's managing director Aditya Puri has sold 95% of his shareholding in the bank valued at rupees 842.7 crores. Puri held 0.14% stake or about 7.8 million shares in the bank, of which he has sold 7.42 million shares between July 21st and July 23rd. RBI Governor spoke to reignite India's economic growth. RBI Governor Shaktikant Das made a strong case for stepping up investments in the infrastructure sector to restart the economy reeling under the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. In his address to India Inc. at CII event, Das said both private and public sectors have to play an important role in developing infrastructure that requires huge investments. Alibaba Huawei may get caught under Indian government scanner. India's ban on China belongings is still on the walk. After apps, there are companies too that seem to join the ban gang. The government has identified 7 Chinese companies alleged to be having links with the People's Liberation Army, that is PLA of China. I&B Ministry suggests cinema halls can be reopened in August. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry has recommended to the Union Home Ministry that cinema halls all over the country can be allowed to reopen in August. Secretary I&B Amit Khare said that he has recommended that cinema halls may be allowed to reopen all over the India as early as August 1st or at the latest around August 31st. The formula suggested is that alternate seats in the first row and then the next row be kept vacant and proceed in this fashion throughout. US consulate in Chengdu officially shuts. The United States consulate in the Chinese city of Chengdu officially closed Monday morning amid worsening relationships between Beijing and Washington. The American flag over the building was lowered at dawn and onlookers were moved back by police surrounding the consulate as it prepared to shut. Finally, with most employees working from home, enterprise VPN servers have now become paramount to a company's backbone, and their security and availability must be the focus for IT managers. But without proper policies in place, this can have dire consequences of security implications. According to the latest report, 7 VPNs, that is virtual private network in total, have leaked 1.2 terabytes user information. COVID update. The number of positive coronavirus cases reported from India now stands at 14,36,007 and the toll from the disease stands at 32,823. For the third consecutive day, cases and deaths in India crossed the 45,000 mark and 750 marks. To conclude, a question arises how companies and leaders can reset the growth beyond coronavirus. A recent survey by Gartner says of 370 CFOs and finance leaders found that 74% of companies plan to shift at least 5% of their previously on-site workforce to permanently remote positions post-COVID-19. Nearly one-third, that is 23%, plan to convert at least 20% of previously on-site employees into permanent telecommuters. The most important thing is there are obstacles during WHN. Despite what we are facing, working remotely is viable. But to make it work for larger companies, the problem of enterprise scale must be overcome. Managing a remote team means you need to be more focused on your deliverables and performance matrices. If you are not quantifying work, then it's hard to hit your objectives remotely. Remote work also presents unique opportunities in the face of crises such as a natural disaster or an epidemic. A new section of workers have evolved who can operate from anywhere and anytime around the world without being confined to a desk. These workers are termed as remote workers. The future of work is just around the corner, and it's only a matter of time when remote workers will take the center stage. Every organization now is trying to maximize their productivity in their quest to success. That's it for the day. But do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News magazine. Please download the War India app for the latest news and updates, which is available on Google Play Store. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.